As you probably already know, previously on this channel I have told the story of Voice of Bachaprot. It is quite a unique band, not only globally but also back in their home country. But it turns out that in Indonesia there are also other girls who wear hijab and they share similar passion to rock and metal music. Hi, I'm Masbule in London, and today I will tell you about these 3 young female artists that are definitely worth to check out. First on my list I have Meliani Siti Sumartini, or known as Mel Six Screamo Ani, or just simply Mel. She is a female guitar player with quite a lot of followers on her social media accounts. Similar as Voice of Bachaprot, she also comes from West Java, from Bandung to be precise, which is actually next to Garut. Who doesn't know? Bandung is like the center of Indonesian music scene. Influential bands like Gigi, the Changcutters, Pas Band, Noah, and many others are from this city. Okay, and now back to Mel. Meliani is playing guitar for over a decade. The oldest upload that I could find was from 2013, where she plays a cover of August Burns Red. As you can see, most of her videos are like guitar covers of other artists, but actually she has done also plenty of original stuff. Meliani used to be the lead guitarist and like the back vocalist of a band called Hela Ragon, and their style was death metal / progressive metal / metalcore, and yeah, they sounded like this. Did you guys hear that part with like that traditional Sundanese music? You can hear it even more in the next song. I'm not sure what has happened with the band, but in the last 5 years they haven't released any new material, so I suppose they broke up. But Mel Six Screamo Ani, she still continued to work together with the other guitarist Grisaldi, I hope I pronounce it right, and yeah, they were still continuing to release some other videos, and some of them are pretty fun, to be honest. Mel is also not only playing the guitar, in some of the videos you can also hear her singing. This is definitely now my favorite version of this song. It's also been a couple of years since the last upload together with Grisaldi, so since then Mel has become a solo artist. This girl has already released 2 EPs and is now working on the third one. Some of the songs are already published, and from what it sounds like, I think this is gonna be her most experimental work up to date. Two of the tracks of this unfinished album are featuring someone called Bored Alien, and I was like thinking, who is that? And turns out that's actually Mel. It's her like alter ego, or just like she's doing a different character. And if you know the story behind this, please write down in the comments. I'm just curious what's going on. I don't know if you have noticed from my voice, but actually I have catched a little bit of cold. That's why I will treat myself with this. This is powder for hot ginger drink. Oh yeah, this is so much better. So back to the second person on my list. She's another solo artist, and her full name is Inka Rizky Takia Amalia, but most of people will recognize her as Irta Amalia. Irta comes from Magelang in central Java, and this place is mostly known for the famous Borobudur temple, which I have actually visited quite a while ago, so here's the picture. Enough about me, now back to Irta. She was born in a musician family, and she started her career as a guitarist and a vocalist in a band called Kasima. It's a little bit difficult to describe this band in one sentence because it consists of young hijab-wearing girls playing everything from religious and traditional music to pop and rock. Okay, and this is a footage of Irta playing in this band 10 years ago.
To my paradise. Take a look at through my eyes, and you decide when people.
As you see, it's a bit different from what Mel is doing, so Irta has been influenced more by the classical, rock and pop and traditional music, and she has also said in an interview that her preferred genre is slow rock, which is like really popular in Indonesia. This Kasima band still exists, but Irta is not part of it anymore because she has decided to continue as a solo artist, and since then she has released her own album. The album is called Perjalanan, which means traveling if I'm not mistaken, so let's check it out.
Katanya berjalan bersama beriringan, nada-nada telah kulantunkan, katanya temani diriku, takkan lagi ku sembunyi, berarti hidupku, hargai diriku sendiri.
This song is called Belengemu, and from the video clip it seems it's about love, relationship, and possibly broken heart. And from my personal experience, I know that Indonesians like to watch TV dramas, and I think this song would definitely suit as a theme song for these type of shows. But not everything is always sad and gloomy, and there's always hope, which I think the title song from the album is all about. Maybe you noticed that this video clip has been shot in the beautiful city of Jogja. I miss this place so much. And yeah, there's one more thing before we move to the next artist. I want to talk about Irta. She just recently had an operation, and I wish her a speedy recovery, and I hope she will continue to follow her passion. And the last musician I want to talk today is in many ways different than the two other girls that I mentioned before. So first, she is not a guitarist or a singer. Second, she is not coming from Java Island. And third, she is still an active member of a band. Let me guys introduce you to drummer Feby Febrisa from Samarinda in East Kalimantan. Her full name is Nur Camila Febrisa, and she started to learn to play drums at the age of 13. Her talent is recognized, and she has been and still is a member of several metal bands. Right now, she is the drummer of DAF or DAF band. Okay. That's the nature, I guess, of East Kalimantan. It reminds me the traditional clothing of Sarawak, because it's the same island, it's just on the other side of the border. Yeah, as you saw, Feby rocks, and I'm also impressed about the 6-string bass guitar. I'm surprised that the video has under 1000 views. I think they deserve a little bit more recognition because the sound and video production quality is nice, and I mean overall it's just a nice song. Feby is also a member of another band called Sparta, and few weeks ago they released video clip for their song Fight. Let's check it out. Okay, I guess this is how Samarinda looks like. Looks nice.
I know this situation, I will be fine. I know this consequences, I will be fine. I know this situation, I will be fine. Protect your leg, stand by for.
That's some hardcore stuff, and this video was quite wild, but actually their live shows are even more crazy. I'm just like wondering if the drummer is feeling safe with all these wild guys around. And yeah, besides playing in these two bands, Phoebe is also giving private drum lessons to the kids. She's often sharing videos on Instagram with the progress of her students. And that's it for today. Do you know if there are any other musicians that would fit in this category? Maybe you know any female bass player wearing a hijab? Please write down in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I have an upcoming interview with a quite interesting Indonesian metal band. Which one? I will keep that as a secret for now. And I will see you guys in the next video.